Okay, first pistol of the four. We've got the Core 45, so let's get our 300 kills. There it is. Wait, that's the 300 Golden Enigma kills. By the way, you can see the Golden Enigma camo right now, even though I've got Pack-a-Punch 1, because I actually punched the Pack-a-Punch machine before applying the Pack-a-Punch 1, so that's why the camo's not there. Fun fact, if you didn't know, that's something you can do, so you can still see your camo underneath without adding the Pack-a-Punch camo onto your gun. Oh. Okay, there we go. Yep, that's great timing, actually. So we've just finished ZIRCON scale for the Core 45, so we can now exfil. Whoop whoop, it's done, let's go. Okay, it's Frenetti time, baby, let's go. 300 kills, let's get it. Oh wait, that's one of them, hang on. I should get the other one straight after it, because I think, if I'm not wrong, I actually did them whilst my weapon was Pack-a-Punched. It's not popping up. I'm almost certain I didn't get any kills after Pack-a-Punching, so I should have gotten all of them at the same time, but apparently I haven't, so... Oh, there we go. I think I've done it now. I think I've done it. We've got the the level up thing. Okay, so there we go. It's done. Oh god, so now this one's done, I've got to go on to the worst one, probably of the four. Let's get it. Okay, it's tear time. Yeah, I actually feel like it's time for me to tear up. This gun is awful. But hey, let's get to it. Alright, that one's done. Okay. I don't know how many more I've got to go until I've got the ZIRCON scale one done, but this one's not that fun to do. I already said it, it's shit to do this gun, but I guess firing them single fire one by one is better than firing them at the same time, and you kind of have to get them in the middle of the screen to make it more likely that you'll land each shot. Oh, wait. Have I got it? Yes. That was a bit of a glitch, but hey, we got it. I'm so glad I finally actually got these ones done. Oh my god, this one sucks. Right, okay, that's the tier pistol done, so that leaves us now with one more to go. Okay, here goes our final pistol of the four. We've got to do 300 kills whilst Pack-a-Punched with the WSP Stinger. Oh, wait, hang on. Wait, there's no way, dude. There's no way. Hang on. I've been counting. There's no way. There should have been at least another 20 or 30. It's counting manglers. I'm certain of it. Anyway, point is, that one was probably the most fun to do, and it's actually complete. So let's get back to the lobby. And voila. That is it. All four pistols are complete. So let's get to the video. So there you have it, guys. From the intro, as you can see, I have finished the handguns slash pistols, as we all know them, in Zombies for Modern Warfare 3. So let's talk about the grind. Of course, the very first thing I should always get out of the way, for anyone who happens to be new around here, the ZIRCON scale challenge is super easy. It consists of gathering 300 Pack-a-Punch kills with the weapon, and then you'll pretty much just get your ZIRCON scale camo. It's pretty simple. That can be done at exfil sites the quickest way possible, because every time you call in an exfil helicopter, you will usually get about 60 to 80 zombies that will spawn in around the area over the course of that next minute or so before the helicopter disappears. So the actual challenge itself doesn't have anything to talk about. So instead, what I like to do is talk about the base camos. That's what you spend most of the time doing. Or, of course, leveling the guns up. But in my case, all of my guns are max level from the multiplayer grind, so I don't actually have to go through and level them up in Zombies. So the very first gun we had to do for the pistols was the Core 45. It is 250 kills with fire damage. Now, fire damage just means you need to get the napalm burst on your weapon. So the napalm burst is a fire ammo mod that you can put on your gun. Whether you already have it stowed to your inventory by accident because someone gave you it or you just found it in a chest, or let's say you craft it from the Zombies acquisitions page, the actual most easiest way of finding this inside of the game is obviously going to medium threat zones or higher and looking inside of just normal caches, you know, crates, chests, whatever you want to call them. They can appear inside of those. They can also appear in any zone of the map. if you're doing contracts, so there's a chance that they will appear in your reward rifts, so that can happen. And an even better way of getting this fire ammo mod, or the napalm burst ammo mod, is just simply going to infested strongholds or ether nests, and they will usually have a good chance of containing them inside of the caches, the ether caches, after you've actually gotten rid of all the cysts from the building, and then you can unlock those chests and look through them. So that is usually the easiest way. Also, of course, you can get the key cards for mercenary strongholds and go through those, and they will also contain them in the chests, stuff like that, you know, ammo mods and all that good stuff, and do your 250 kills. Very simple. The next one was 250 kills whilst having at least 4 perks active. So by perks, it means those drinks, okay? For anyone who's new, it's not like Warzone and multiplayer. The perks are basically the drinks that you can get from machines around the map, and you need to have at least 4 of them on. They can be found in their individual machines around the map. Of course, you can also craft recipes for them, so you can take them into your game, in your inventory, if you manage to craft them up inside your acquisitions page. Or you can, of course, go to the Der Wunderfizz machine in the high threat zone, which contains every single perk in the game. You can grab any 4 of choice and just start getting kills after you've got 4 on at least. Obviously, you've got to keep in mind, if you get knocked, you will lose some of those perks and you have to get them back again. So that is just one thing to keep in mind, but that's really simple. And then the final one for the Core 45 was 250 kills with full attachments. Very simple. Just means get 5 attachments on your weapon and go into a game and get your kills. So that one can be done at the same time as the 250 kills camo, so you can just do multiple of these at once. The very next gun we had to do for the pistols was the Renetti. As far as challenges go for this, there is one annoying challenge realistically, and it's the 10 disciples kills. Now, we've seen this challenge before on one of the previous weapons I did for another video. I think it was for one of the marksman rifles, but this challenge actually doesn't happen to be as difficult as it was for the marksman rifles, because on the Renetti, which is a fast firing weapon, you're not going to struggle as much, but it's still a bit of a tedious challenge. What I would advise for this challenge is to go to medium threat zones or higher, because that's the only places that disciples can spawn in anyway, but you can find them just floating around the map. Every time you call an exfil in the medium threat zone, you've got a 30% chance that one will spawn in each time, so you can do it that way, or you can find them by doing contracts and they'll probably appear, but they are kind of annoying to kill. What I would say is make sure you're pack-a-punched up enough to like at least pack-a-punch 2 with at least some sort of rarity on your weapons, and then of course make sure you've got plenty of armor as well, because you're probably going to get knocked by the zombies that are surrounding the disciple. That's the only thing that makes this challenge tedious. The disciple tends to upgrade the zombies around him and makes them strong and fast, so you do want to be aware of that. Next one, 250 point blank kills. All that means is you're pretty much on point with the zombie, so the zombie's in front of you as the gun shoots it in its face. It's basically an up close kill. That's all a point blank kill actually means. And then the other one was 250 kills with the Renetti whilst having at least 4 perks. I've already explained that one, so that's the Renetti. And next up we have the Tia pistol. Not very good on its own as it is, and even with a Kimbo, it lacks a lot of ammo. It's annoying, this pistol, and to top it off, you're going to have some annoying challenges in here. One of them I had to look up how to do because I legitimately was finding it impossible to do. The first challenge you've got to do for this isn't difficult. We've seen this before. It's 250 kills with frost damage, so very similar to one of the previous pistols we've just discussed. Frost damage, however, is the cryo freeze ammo mod. And then the next one is 30 hellhound kills. This one again is not difficult. 30 hellhound kills, guys. Hellhounds literally roam the goddamn map anywhere you go. They'll probably be chasing you just when you go for a run. Literally, you can go wandering around the map, and I said this in the previous ZIRCON scale video, but you can go for a stroll through Urzikstan and have them crawling up your asshole. Like, these things will follow you around. They'll spawn in anywhere on the map, and they'll spawn in at exfil call-ins. They'll spawn in contracts. You'll get this one done very simply. Like, 30 sounds a lot, but it's really easy. And the very worst challenge, guys, for this gun was getting 10 kills in 5 seconds 10 times. Now, the reason this actually felt impossible when I was doing this is because, one, the Tia pistol only ever has 5 rounds inside of it per reload, and only gets up to 10 with a Kimbo. So you have to hit every single shot, and you have to get it all in 5 seconds. So you can see how this is an already tedious challenge, but I did find a way of getting this done lots easier. So one thing you definitely must have on your gun is the akimbo attachment. If you don't have a Kimbo on this pistol, you cannot do this challenge. I'm almost certain that it's impossible. Unless you had like Shatter Blast ammo mod, maybe that could give you a ricochet effect which blows up a bunch more zombies and it might count. But as far as I'm concerned, you do need to have the akimbo grip on this weapon so you can carry 2 of the gun. So that brings up your rounds to 10 instead of 5. You also will need at least some form of ether tool. So whether it's uncommon, rare, epic, legendary, you'll just need some form of ether tool on your weapon. It doesn't matter how high it is, at least the uncommon one. And then you'll need at least Pack-a-Punch 1. Then you can take yourself to an exfil spawn, or you can do the Outlast contract and you go into a small confined space. So maybe that'd be a stairway, which is very thin, or you go into a building where there's one singular door. And then what you'll do is face the zombies as they all come in single fire, and you will shoot each of them like this. So don't fire 2 guns at the same time, shooting 2 bullets into one zombie, which is wasting your bullets. So what you want to do is conserve your bullets for this challenge and go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And if there's at least 10 or more, you could probably hit every single one of them. Make sure the zombies are within close range as well, so you're not missing any of those bullets. If there's at least 20 or 30 of them and they're coming towards you in masses, you have a higher chance of hitting any of the zombies, as opposed to having 10 of them there and you miss, let's say, 3 of your bullets and you have to reload and then it wastes your time. At the Outlast contract, if you're doing this one, what you want to do is at least get the Outlast contract to at least 50 to 60% completion, and then gather a bunch of zombies, run out of that Outlast area so that the percentage doesn't keep going up, and then go to somewhere again where there's small confined space and line them up and shoot each of them one by one until you get all of them. Make sure you don't stay in the actual Outlast area, because it will end up completing the Outlast contract and then the zombies will stop spawning in. So of course you want to keep going back every so often to make sure that the percentage is at least going above 40-50%, just generally just to keep it, you know, spawning lots of zombies in. You'll get it done, trust me. I know it sucks, but it's doable because I did it myself and it only took a few matches. It just takes a bit of time, a bit of precision, and a bit of tactics at least to try and get all those zombie shots all at once in that 5 seconds. So anyway, next pistol we have is the WSP Stinger, the final one, and this one has to be the best one because honestly it feels like an SMG. I've been saying this since the game came out. I don't understand why this is even in the pistol category. It should be in the SMG section because it literally is an SMG. The challenges for this were not actually too difficult. The first one was 250 kills with electrical damage. That one means that you need to have the dead wire ammo mod, which is the electric one. You can find that very simply and do your 250 kills. And this goes as well for any of these challenges that want you to use ammo mods. You can always ask people in the game chat if they have it, and they'll probably say, hey, yeah, I have it, come to this area on the map. So they might say, come to B2 on the map, and you'll go there and they'll give it to you. Like, people do that. So it's very nice that we have people who will offer up certain schematics and whatever that they have. The next challenge for this was 250 hipfire kills. If you've got a Kimbo on this weapon, so, you know, 2 of the gun, you're automatically doing hipfire kills, because when you have guns in a Kimbo, they cannot be aimed down sight anyway, so they're already by your hips. You can have a Kimbo on and just do 250 kills, and that will count towards this. And then the final challenge was 250 kills with full attachments, which again is exactly the same as I explained for the other one. So that is all of the pistols. Now, I'm going to rank them, and I'm honestly very confident with this ranking because I feel like it slightly varies to the Forged video, and I actually remember this for once. Unlike my other videos, I did put the Renetti at the top, but in this case, I am putting the WSP Stinger at the top. Now, the reason for this is actually because zombies versus multiplayer, there is a difference between what guns are more favorable in what game mode versus the other, and the reason that is because in multiplayer, you're favoring accuracy, you're favoring how much recoil the gun has, whilst for zombies, of course, you do care about the accuracy to some degree, but you're more bothered about the damage output and how much bullets it's actually firing. So generally speaking, I have to say the WSP Stinger is just far better than the Renetti for zombies, at least, because whilst it's not as accurate, it has the most ammo and it even has the most fastest fire rate of all of them and the best damage output. It feels like using an SMG. Like I say, in zombies, we don't have to give a shit about range at all. The only reason in multiplayer that I put the Renetti above the WSP Stinger is because the Renetti does better in terms of its range, especially when you're just using it on its own and not using it in a Kimbo. It's just better than using the WSP Stinger on its own when it's not in a Kimbo. WSP Stinger has to be at the top for zombies, and then second will be the Renetti, because again, fast fire rate has a very, very similar number of ammo for it, even though I really shouldn't be mentioning ammo count because it doesn't matter an awful lot, because when you pack a punch your gun, you do get tons more ammo through doing that. So obviously ammo count will be relevant in a minute when we talk about one of these other guns. It's not fully automatic, which is also why it falls below the WSP Stinger. It is a burst fire gun, but the WSP Stinger is a fully automatic, so that's why there's a difference there. But then for third place, I'm putting the Core 45. The Core 45 is a single fire gun. It might not be the best, but it definitely feels accurate and it definitely delivers high damage. And then finally,
we've got the tier pistol. And this is where ammo count does count in zombies and where it does matter. This thing has about 5 rounds per gun, and if you have it on its own, well, yeah, you've only got one gun with 5 rounds in it, as opposed to having 10 in total if you have 2 of them. So it's a very, very low amount of ammo, and it's a revolver, so it's extremely accurate with how you have to fire it. You pretty much won't hit a lot of your shots. Whilst it's definitely a hard hitter, the tier pistol, especially when you've got 2 of them, it's still not as fun to use as all the other ones. The tier pistol is definitely the worst. That's my ranking. And as far as ZIRCON scale, because I don't say this a lot in these videos, is it worth going for? Not really, but of course if you want to get Borealis and Serpentinite, you quite literally have to do it. So it's not worth it on its own. ZIRCON scale isn't that very good at looking of a camo. It should actually be below Golden Enigma. Golden Enigma looks better than ZIRCON scale, but at the end of the day, we got them done. They weren't terrible to do. So that now leaves us with 2 weapon classes, the SMGs and the LMGs. So I'll probably do SMGs next just to get the, the bigger one out of the way, and then we'll end out on the LMGs. I think that's probably the best way to go. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to drop a like on the video. Helps me out greatly and helps the video in the algorithm. So what are you doing? Go down there, click like right now. Don't be a schmuck. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think of ZIRCON scale or this weapon category. And then, of course, check out all the links down below in the description. It's much appreciated. Other than that, thank you everyone for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye, guys.